Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawashai. BBC.co.uk, Queen Elizabeth II has died. They say that she wasn't at Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is all a front anyway. She doesn't really reside there. Um, she was in Balmoral, you know, and they spend a lot of time other parts as well, like especially Scotland, which I think, one sec, where's Balmoral based on? Balmoral. Scotland? So I'll make sure. Okay, so she was in Scotland. And Balmoral Castle, which is in Scotland, right? Scotland's a very eerie and spiritual place, a very beautiful place. Jake once ruled it, and Jake will again. And this is letting you know where all the stars are falling from heaven, and these are all the people, the famous people that are dying. Okay, her so-called husband, right? Is it Prince Philip? Died last year, and her husband died last year, and she died this year. Now, my theory is, okay, it's a shot in the dark, okay, because these heathens, right? You got the so-called elites, Illuminati, okay, the light bearers on the left-hand side, and she's a underling under them, the 13 families, or the so-called Illuminati that run the world. There's a structure and a hierarchy amongst them, and they are above her. I believe she's faked her death, and she has gone into a bunker, okay? And they've gone into a bunker. Why? To protect themselves from the wrath of the Lamb, because Yahushua is returning soon. And the fact that this has happened, whether she's dead, if she's dead, okay, she's going to be born into slavery, straight up. Either way, she's going to be a slave. But if, she's just faked her death or whatever the situation may be, and she's gone underground, like a lot of these elites are disappearing because, you haven't seen Jacob Rothschilds or the other Rothschilds or the Rockefellers and the other families sort of come on the news media like they used to, say, 10 years ago or 5 years ago. A lot of them are sort of like disappearing off the scene, as they say. And I believe that she's gone underground. Either way, whether she's gone underground or she's gone underground, 6 feet underground in the soil, she's going in slavery. Okay? But I've got a feeling that, she's in her bunker and they know what's coming. And the reason why they go into the bunker, they're trying to get used to it. And because that's going to be their home for a short while, or it's going to be, their place of burial. Because either way, they're going to get taken care of. And when I say taken care of, they're going to get taken care of by the elect when the elect find them and dig them out of those holes. Okay? Let's just say what they're saying. Let's just see and read the news here. Okay? Because her face is on the Canadian dollar, on the UK pound, and other parts, and any other currencies where her so-called British reign still exists. I mean, England's not even the head of the world anymore. You've got India, the land of Elam, which is doing financially better than India. They've surpassed England. England ain't shit. Okay? I mean, this bitch has been living deliciously, drinking blood, in all sorts of disgusting shit for the past 70 years. She's 96. Queen Elizabeth II, the UK's longest-serving monarch, has died at, well, that's what they say, at Balmoral, age 96, after reigning for 70 years. Okay, the fact that she's off the scene and they've killed her character, whether she's really dead or just killed her character off, yeah, is, man, we're right at the door now, man. We're right at the end. Okay, it's on. Let's go, right? She died peacefully on Thursday afternoon at her Scottish estate, where she had spent much of the summer. The Queen came to the throne in 1952 and witnessed enormous social change. Her son, King Charles III, said the death of his beloved mother was a moment of great sadness for him and his family, that her loss would be deeply felt around the world. This ain't no royal family, man. There's a bunch of ugly Edomites, man, that are faking the fraud. They're faking the funk. Bunch of frauds, man. Bunch of ugly ass Edomites. It's like, all the world's ugliness is in the royal family. Bunch of inbreds, man. Damn heathens. He said, "We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much loved mother. I know her loss will deeply felt throughout the country." This is just a script written for them. All right. Glad this is happening. Piece of shit. Anyway. They're hiding in the bunkers because when Yahushua returns, man, a lot of the elites, right, people like her, and the so-called Illuminati, right, are the first fruits of slavery, and they're hiding in their bunkers, right? Revelation 6, verse 16, and said to the mountains and rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb." Because Yahushua is going to return as that angelic force, with spiritual power. The elect behind him are going to be going around finding these MFers, digging them out of the rocks with spiritual power and shackling them up, beating the shit out of them and shackling them up. Verse 17, "For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?" Yeah? So your time is coming. Whether you're really dead, if you're dead, you're off this planet, you're in front of the Lord, you're going to be born into slavery. Okay? Right? Or if you're in the rocks, you're hiding in your bunker, sipping your Chardonnay, watching the world mourn on your fake death from the huge screen TVs that you have underground, with numerous amounts of soldiers around you, super soldiers protecting you. That's not going to help. Either way, you're going into slavery. Simple as that. Simple as that. Revelation 18, verse 7. "How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." And that's talking about America and the rest of Egypt or New Babylon that falls under, even England. They have lived deliciously. How they live deliciously? Off the backs of Jake, off our curses. They have lived deliciously. Even though this is the shortest kingdom, the final rulership, it's the shortest rulership. Esau only been living so-called civilized for not even really civilized, really. They just crawled out of the caves, several hundred years ago. And been ruling for 500, and the initial couple of hundred years, they were just a bunch of monkeys, They just so-called cleaned themselves up only probably last, 30, 40 years. They've been showering maybe daily, if that. Otherwise, they're just some stank people, man. Okay, verse 8. "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine." "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire." And that's America, man. Going to be hit with 200 million warheads. Yeah, in 1 hour, America will be destroyed. And other parts of the world will get hit, but not completely, because where are we going to get our slaves from otherwise? But America is going to be decimated. "For strong is the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, who judgeth her. Verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her. They're going to be crying and be moaning, man, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. That's why a lot of you, even your lower level CFOs and C-level people, C-suite people are jumping out of, your buildings, killing yourself, that are sort of part of, the Boule or Masons or whatever kind of society you're part of. I mean, you're nothing. You're lower level underlings. You're killing yourselves. Standing afar off, verse 10, standing far off for the fear of her, torment saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. This place is finished, man. And this bitch being taken, her character being killed or her being taken off the planet, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yashai, Bashem Rakakodash, is an end of an era, man. Okay, it's an end of an era. This is it. This is it. Excuse me. 2 Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? Esau is the end, man. Okay, this is the end of Esau's rulership, and Jacob's rulership is beginning right now, and it's going to be forever. It's not going to be for just 1,000 years, and some of you heathens are going to pop back up and try and rule again. Nah, it's done. You're not going to ever rule again. None of you heathens are ever going to rule again. And if you think I'm just focusing on the so-called white man, the Edomites, nah, I'm focusing on you Moabites, you gooks, you chinks, you dotheads, all you heathens out there. Okay, I'm talking to you heathens. Our people are amongst them too, but I'm talking specifically to you heathens and you crackers, you Edomites. Okay, you Edomites are not going to ever rule again, and after 1,000 years, you're going to be pursuant to Obadiah 1:18. We're going to burn you up. The rest of you heathens, you're going to be in subjection forever, paying tribute. You're not going to ever rule again, ever, 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 ever. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, and we're going to flourish. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yashai. There's one more scripture I want to get. The world. Scripture I want. Okay, here we are. It's the one I wanted. Okay, so the world is not going to end. Okay. What's going to happen is this changing of management. All right, there's going to be a new sheriff in town. And that's Jacob. Ecclesiastes 1:4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. Verse 5. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose. Okay, the fact of the matter is, hey, the world's going to be here. What's going to happen is it's going to be a complete refurbishment, a cleanup. Okay, like you have a shitty house and it's a complete crap hole. Yeah, you get a bunch of, say, 20 workers or whatever, and they just refurbish the place and make it look like a miniature palace. Okay, I'm just using that as a lack of a better example, just to give you a bit of understanding where the earth is going to be refreshed. Okay, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to smell better again. New ruler, but the earth is going to be here forever. But you devils, it's it for you, man. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Yeah, the wicked witch is dead, supposedly. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. We're that much closer, man. We are that much closer. and may the Lord hasten it. All praises to Abanawa Yahweh Alahayana wa Bahasham Yahushai Basham Rakakadash wa Abad Baba Kwam Yasharala.